are women of high degree, and almost nothing in the literature refers to them. And it's also a very secret part of Aboriginal religion. And so in my chapter on Aboriginal women's law, I've described what it achieves, but I haven't been able to provide a great deal of detail because women's law is extremely secretive.
What I do like about what you wrote about that, it struck me the first time I read it to do the edit, was that I had never thought about it this way. It makes perfect sense when you hear it out loud, but so much of what leaders do and what ceremonies test people in is the negotiation of their own emotional interiority. Because of course we know that emotions can be highly destructive and of course they can be highly beneficial. But, you know, if you are being challenged by quite, you know, challenging and destructive emotions, that can create immense disharmony. And part of the job of older people is to mediate that for people who are less experienced at it, to say, well, you're not the only person who's been here before, and you know, you need to think about it this way, and to actually just try and temper people and, you know, talk them back from the ledge. I mean, that for me was a real eye-opener reading that, because of course, you know, I've seen that, and you know, I've seen that in practice. I've never understood it that way though. Yeah.
And that's very much the role of very senior women. It's sometimes captured in the grand healing practices. There are actual healers, and they're called different things around the country, but I think the Nunkery of Central Australia have become quite famous. And they have won awards from, say, the Royal College of Psychiatrists for their work in this regard of teaching people how to not just manage their emotions, but grow emotionally. So just this is a very practical example. I'm not sure that I described it in the book. I think I wanted to. But anyway, they know that young people, especially young men, are not capable of speaking about their emotions.
Yeah.
And they know that people who have become alienated from society or depressed in some way are not capable of speaking about their emotions. So they enable people to speak about their emotions, especially people who haven't learnt their language properly and haven't learnt English properly, or are, you know, poorly socialised. They published a set of about 50 fridge magnets, one with each one with a word on it that expresses an emotion or a state of being with the English translation, and they all fit very nicely into what looks like an old tobacco tin, and you can take them out and put them on the fridge. They also have posters and so on, and so there's 50 words for emotions and states of being, and they teach everybody to learn the words so that they have the words for talking about their emotions. And so instead of saying, I feel sick, or I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to anybody, they can say, I feel sad. And they've got the proper Pitjantjatjara word for saying that I feel sad, or whatever the emotion is. And, you know, they range from the negative emotions through to the highly positive emotions. And that enables people not just to talk about their emotional states of being, but by talking to others, and they encourage people to talk together, they're able to grow together, to realise that you don't have to be stuck in that one emotional state. There is an alternative state, and it's being happy about being with your brothers and sisters, for instance, right? And also how to be good parents, how to be good grandparents, how to be good husbands, how to be good wives. And so they have ceremonies for all of that. They have ceremonies for bringing babies into the world. They have, you know, funeral ceremonies, but they also have ceremonies for making people love each other.